Bum, bum, bum. Hey! Okay. So that was a hardware issue. Or at least it was a software issue that seemed like a hardware issue. A firmware issue? It was a driver or hardware issue. I just unplugged the USB cable and plugged it back in. Everything was configured correctly. It just wasn't working. Okay. So now we're back. Whoops. Except we're not doing this one. Hold on. Where'd we go? No, no, it was yeah, like I said, it was a firmware issue or a driver issue or something like that. It wasn't that I forgot how to stream. I pressed all the buttons. I enabled the mic. I just forgot to check that the mic was actually working. Probably because I haven't done anything on stream since Saturday. So, you know how it goes. Anyway, thank you for that. Hello, everybody. How's it going? All right, so we've got this. And then I forget how we're going to actually set that version on there, but what? Okay. And then so we should have had Go Essentials. Yep. So now finish loading packages. Excellent. All right, everything loaded this time. How? What? Bill? All right, so there we have. Let's just do this. No, okay. No, I don't. Yeah, okay, that's how we do it. That's fine. All right, there we go. And this is how we do the help. So then we will... I do func help. This is really unnecessary. Well, kind of. I mean, the thing is, it's always nice to have the documentation built in to the thing. Right? So we'll do version. Help will print the version. It'll print this. And then we'll have a... Why is it saying please? Usage. I guess really we don't need... We really don't need this. What's up with banana dev, though? What do you mean banana dev? Are you talking about the beef or banana? Are you talking about... What are you talking about? Why CSV over JSON file? And Go, JSON is so much easier to work with. Well, because... Soy Pete, you missed the first part where my mic wasn't on. So this is just the file that exists. So the project, yeah, let me give a recap of the project since the mic decided to USB mess up. So I have a friend who was once young and stupid 7 years ago. And in the era of his youth, he decided to host a little airports API on AWS. And oh yeah, okay, so it is on S3. And so with that, eventually this airports API became really popular and therefore really expensive, because you know how expensive it is to transfer a few kilobytes a few million times. It costs nothing, right? Like, you can't measure it. You wouldn't be able to bill for that in normal circumstances. But with S3, you can. So when he transfers a couple of gigabytes or whatever it is over S3, boom, lots of money. Well, at least more than he's willing to pay for a free service. So we're just taking it from the CSV file, which is right here, airports.csv, and we're just putting it out to the JSON, which is what the Ruby code already does, but we're doing it static site ways instead of, I didn't mean to give that link. Let me give the real link, because my link is not going to exist forever. Okay, anyway, so we're not doing it in the static site, or we're doing it in the static site sense rather than having it uploaded to S3. And his Ruby code probably already does some of this. But I just decided to do a GPT and Go thing, and we'll call it good. So, anyway. So that's where we're at. And then I'm just adding some of the niceties because I like every program that I write to have a usage and an example. And what was this, lib or source? Let me see. Airport data. Yeah, so we'll do airport data, airports.csv. Although this may never need to change again. I mean, eventually there's going to be more airports. It hasn't been updated in 7 years. And it's done okay so far. Okay, so there we go. We've got our usage and our example. Yeah. Version is redeclared. Okay. Oh. Show version. We'll do it that way. That makes more sense because functions should be verbs. There we go. And then, yeah, CSV. Okay, parse CSV file. Show help. S.exit 1. Oh, look at me with my semicolons. Forgive me. Forgive me, for I have sinned. Yeah. Oh, the web hosting service that we were building. B&A. You know, we just put everything together, and then there was some life events that happened that put everything on hold. And so Jojo and I we started up with that again last week. I mean, we've been using it internally, but we haven't made it available for you. So we started up again last week, and we're just going to work on it every Tuesday. So we're working on it tomorrow. We're working on the next Tuesday, the next Tuesday, the next Tuesday, and so forth. So we've got a good rhythm for it now, or at least we have a plan for a good rhythm, and we'll see if it's a good rhythm as a month passes. Hello, everybody. Feel free to ask me questions, make comments, heckle, whatever. Dang it. My eyes are so itchy. Oh, it bothers the bejeebies out of me. I've either picked up an allergy or I've caught a sickness that makes my eyes itch. It's been the last 2 weeks, which is, hay fever season, I guess. So it makes sense, but I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. My JavaScript is showing. My JavaScript is showing. Forgive me, for I have sinned. My JavaScript is showing. Forgive me, for I have sinned. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, ensure the CSV file is provided. Open the CSV file, which would be CSV file. And I guess we need to... I actually prefer to do the flag parsing, and in fact, I'll do it this way. I prefer to do the flag file, the parsing this way. Now, I think there might be something to say for the null value case. Maybe there's not. I don't remember. But string var, CSV file, and then I don't have to go do the stars all over the place. And you know what? If you're using Go, then boilerplate is just, it's your thing. So you just don't complain about boilerplate when you're using Go. If you want to complain about boilerplate, don't use Go, okay? That's just how it is. Are switches really faster than ifs? No. It's entirely implementation and compiler specific. So a switch can be faster than an if from the perspective of reading. Okay, so with an if, you can do different types of data. So with a switch, you could do multiple comparisons. And there's probably a way to optimize it in really probably unintuitive ways, but imagine you did... I'm just gonna blow smoke right now, okay? But imagine that it's just strings you're comparing against. And imagine you could do something like XOR the strings and get some sort of bit stream, and then AND that with some other value. And then instead of having to do an if or a switch in the machine code, it would just be this value with, byte width value with this byte width value with an AND. And then if whatever bit is true, then it's that condition. So I'm not explaining that well. That's not the world that I live in, but that is something that happened. I'm pretty sure there's a scan slice that can do this. We're just going to go with this because this is what it gave us. But is there not a scan slice for the CSV? If there's not, that's fine. Maybe there's not. CSV is kind of maybe it doesn't really need that. Okay. And this should be named, by the way, if you're going to do this type of insanity, and I don't recommend that you do necessarily, but since GPT generated it for me, your function name, if you're going to throw away an error, first of all, this should panic. And then you say must parse. Just so we're all clear. Unreachable code? Fine, we'll get rid of it. But the important thing here is that the name of it, by Go convention, should start with a must. If you're going to panic. If you're like, you know, this can't fail. Now, this is a really dumb thing to do here because this absolutely can fail. So, I think it would be good to have some sort of indicator of error, which might be to return a null string or something, in which case this would need to be a pointer, and we could do that. We could make latitude, longitude, elevation, UTC, offset. We could make those all pointers. And that would be fair. Okay. No, we don't have the scan. Just got to use the indexes. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, Marshall with indent. Nice! Way to go, GPT. But the way that I would do this is I would actually create the JSON decoder, or encoder in this case. And then I would just set the indent. But that's really cool that GPT put out the debug value by default. That's kind of interesting. Okay, and then string JSON data, and then this is how I do it. Okay, so what we actually need to do then, let's see how this is done. We need a folder name. Because what we're going to do, we're not going to output it as a JSON file. We could do that. We're going to output it as iCow. So we're going to create a folder called iCow. And let's see, does it do anything else, or is that it? Dare I look at the code that's already here? Airport.json.irb, index.json, irb, airports to JSON. Okay. Airport to JSON. Okay. So it looks like we would have one big airports file, but then we'd have lots of little airports files as well. So I think we just output, we just do OS, whoops. So before we do any of this, when we get the reader, some of this stuff with the GPT code, there was a meme recently on Twitter where the comment of the code is just the code, like creates a new reader, reads the file. It's not helpful. It's just get rid of those comments. If something really needs comments, then you either should create a variable or a function. There are some exceptions to that. But, you know, that's basically it. All right, are we still using I know I'm not going to do that with virtual file system, so yeah, that makes sense, right? Is it mkdir? Oh, my JavaScript's showing. Every time I switch back to Go, my first few days is like this, where, yeah. And it's embarrassing. I am actually embarrassed. Okay, mkdir all. That's what we want. And then we do need a file mode permission. Mkdir all, and then let's see, do we do 00750? Is that how we do it? Could not determine package name. Package name is main. Why is it having such a hard time with this? Oh, because I don't have a Go mod. I don't know that I want to create a Go mod for this. Okay, so we do that. Yeah. And then for each of these, let's just get rid of. And I don't know what the end result's going to look like. Is that going to be an index.json? Anyway. Is this Zig? No. No, this is not Zig. Although, this probably would be a good project for Zig too. It's probably a better project for Zig. Other than that it's 90% boilerplate. Well, the lines of code are 90% boilerplate. And so using GPT for Go was easy. Using GPT for Zig, I'm not sure if it would do it. Let me ask it real quick. It certainly isn't going to write it in Zig V12 or O12. Oh! So does anybody else have this problem where you can't get to a particular screen on your Mac because it literally switches them back and forth? Like you go to move desktops and then it just moves back to the previous one. All right, so I'm going to tell it, rewrite it in Zig. Oh, wow. I am actually quite surprised. It looks like it didn't do a terrible job. I'll have to check on that later. But I don't want to do that right now because Zig has moved so fast and I don't know it that well. I've only done one project in it and it's not even complete yet. So anyway, all right. So we're going to get the JSON data and then we're going to OS write file. And we're going to do iCal slash, file name is going to be bump.sprintf iCal slash %s. And then we're going to pass in airport dot iCal, right? Is that what we're doing? I think that's what we're doing, right? iCal, cattle. Oh, but we need to do 2 lowercase. All right. All right. All right, JSON data, and then what do we need? There we go. Yeah, ChatGPT does Zig. But, okay, so something that I struggled with that I still don't have a solution for because it's being actively changed as we speak. There's an open PR for it. It may have closed. I think that they may have closed it out with the Zig 0.12 release. Let's go check that out real quick. So I wanted to write a streaming parser. And they changed the streaming API. They removed the old one and then they added a new one. And they changed the semantics of it to be better. It is more correct, for sure. It's the way you'd expect it to. But let's see. Peak. Where'd it go? Actually, let's look at the PRs. Buffered reader peak. Okay, so it is still open. So I'm sad that they didn't get this in because in the new release that just came out, they removed this API, but they did not apparently, it didn't make it into the release. So March 22nd. I think he updated his PR. Oh, yeah. Because, well, one of the nice things that you can do with Zig is you can, to a degree, do monkey patching. So I actually took this file and added it to my repository so that I could have his version. But the API changed enough that I wasn't able to quickly just, do a quick update and make it work. I actually have to do a fairly significant change because it changes the way that the state management works for the better. But so before it was you did a peek. You had to do a peek from your peek reader, and then read it out from your buffered reader. The new API, you read out from your buffered reader, which makes sense, and then you put back into your buffered reader if you want to. So it's just moving the pointer in the buffered reader. So that makes more sense. Anyway. Also, I've gotten in the habit of doing this in multiple languages. So file name is going to be iCal-index.json, I think. I'm not sure how that's going to work with... Is it just iCal.json? I know this looks weird, but it's like when you want to scope a variable. You don't want the variable to just be hanging out there. Okay, so now what we need to do is wrote, well, I guess printf, we have to do the same thing here. And then that makes it easier to also turn it into a function. A lot of times when you do that, you kind of lend yourself to what your functions maybe ought to look like. So, by the way, Mariah, how are you doing today? What's up? And how's your Zig project been going? I'm sorry that I haven't joined in on any of your streams. I don't really join in on people's streams, so I make stream, I don't watch stream. At least not very often. But I would be interested to see it. I just am not interested enough to make a point of being there. Okay, so I think this is right. Let's go ahead and run it and see what happens. And I also like to just as a default behavior. Okay, so go run bin CSV to JSON, and then we should be able to give it CSV and do airport data, airports. All right, invalid syntax parsing latitude. Great. So let's take a look at that. Latitude. You know, okay, we're going to do this a different way. We're going to do this the smarter way that I would have done it if I were writing it myself. We're just going to get rid of that. We're going to accept that. So when you're a man, failure is the air that you breathe. It is what is all around you. It is the water that you swim in. You know, that is part of the route to Stoicism. And when you're a Go developer, boilerplate is the air that you breathe. It's the water that you swim in. All right, we're gonna do bump dot print line. It's kind of a worn thing, but We're going to print out I. Okay. And then this is going to be latitude. I gave up on the Zig project. I was trying to connect Zig to Twitch IRC, and Go was a much better fit. Yep, probably is. Go is usually the best fit. All right. So this is where I differ with the Go authors. Is that they say, oh, well, you shouldn't be naming something after its variable type. But because you don't have variable shadowing, what else are you supposed to do? So I got to have my latitude stir here, and then I go through all the parsing of it, and yada yada, right? Okay. And then this is going to be all right, so then we're going to do longitude is going to be the same, right? Just so that this doesn't get lost in translation as it gets moved around. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I'm going to change attitude to longitude. I wish there was a case-sensitive find and replace where you could insensitive find, but then match case replace. Yeah, a match case replace. That's what I want. That seems like something that we should have had, I don't know, 30 years ago. That should just be a standard thing to do case-sensitive replace. There's so many things in computer science. I watched somebody's talk recently on reinventing the editor, and I thought, oh, come on, this is going to be bogus. Reinventing the editor, right. You know, what's wrong with text files? But then they showed that it was a graph-based editor, and it worked really well. And I thought, you know, and it was just like editors that we use today. But like the difference was the finesse. You know, so the experience of it wasn't like, oh, whoa, this is mind-blowingly different. Ah, how am I going to do this? It was, oh yeah, duh, this is how it should be. And there's a lot of things that just have held for a long time, not for a very good reason. And I could probably get GPT to do some of this for me as well, but it's like, it's more tedious to check it and see if it got it right and then tell it what to do. Okay. And then, what is this one? So it's probably all the same stuff here. I'm just not doing that one. I'm just renaming this so that I can do a find and replace on it. Right? Okay. Oh, wait. We need to make sure that we don't do that. Okay. And then really this can just go inside. I don't like magic numbers, especially because you see what I did there? I messed it up. Okay, 7, 8. So then here we're going to do longitude, elevation. There we go. Oh, and actually that should have been F, not... No, that should, no, the I should be right. Okay, and the elevation string. Okay, got it. And then we should probably, we should print the code here. So the code should always be right. I count international code airport office. What? Okay, maybe that's being a little too pedantic. Maybe I need to relax on that one a little bit. Okay, we're just going to put in 6 and 7 and... How many times do I have to goof that up? Because that's actually the way I did it is more error prone than just having... It's not a magic number. It's clear. It's a record. It's the nth field of the record. We're good. Okay. Okay, let me go check comments again. We got anything? Anybody say anything? Case sensitive replace exists in VS Code? What? Okay, now I gotta see. It must exist in Vim. Maybe I'm just the dummy that didn't look it up. Case sensitive. Not case sensitive. Match case replace. So I can type case insensitive. So I can type longitude with a lowercase l. But then when it replaces it with an uppercase L if the letter in the thing that's being replaced was an uppercase letter. Does that make sense? Case preserving substitute. This one right here. No, this. No. It's not too complicated. Look, this is what we're talking about. So we want to do a search for bad job and replace it with good job. Keep case. I want this to be the default. Oh, good. Good. It hasn't been updated in over 15 years. That is good. Now, problem with GitHub is that it promotes projects that are changing all the time, which is exactly what we don't want to do. You should get negative points for your project changing. Beyond, say, the 1.0. Of course, then people would just never do 1.0, which is kind of what they do anyway. So, am I calling this by the right name? ICAO. Right, and that's the normal behavior, and that's the normal behavior in Vim. I changed the behavior in Vim to be case insensitive because when I'm searching, I want it to be case insensitive, but that also has the effect that the find and replace becomes case insensitive. Well, it's smart case. It's not case insensitive, it's smart case. So if you do just lowercase letters, it's case insensitive. And then you do a \C to make it case sensitive, or just use a capital letter anywhere. Okay. And elevation is going to be 0. And that'll be here. And I don't even know if GPT did the right thing. I should have checked and made sure that we're actually trying to do the right thing here. Negative. Positive. Latitude, longitude. Okay, that's all good. I mean, I guess we could kind of... all right, let's eliminate the middleman here. Okay, we can... Yeah, we can actually... I overcomplicated that. Forgive me. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Because it does have to be used twice, so I might as well make the assignment. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to replace elevation with UTC offset. Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff like that that just should be on by default. And I learned that about scripting when I was doing PowerShell, or as I've been doing PowerShell. PowerShell actually does a lot of things right. Things that just, you know, if we had the... oh, wait, I don't want to do that, do I? If we had the foresight... we would have done it early on correctly. All right, and then UTC offset right here. Okay. Oh, no, why is it griping at me now? Oh, printf instead of print line? Yep, okay. Which means I gotta go put the new lines at the end. I do wish that they had a, like, print LNF. Has 2 args but needs 3. Oh, whoops. Grateful for these tools. Oh, and I forgot to do the \n. I guess that's what the log package is for. I shouldn't be using fumped. I should be using log. No, I don't want to use log because then it prints out the time. Well, I could adjust that. Anyway. Okay. So here we go. Oh, yep. And that's a printf, of course. All right. So now we've spent way too long on this project. This is a 15-minute project that's ballooned into an hour. Wow, that is a lot of airport codes. Oh, weird. Okay. Interesting. All right, so there's a number of things here. Should do this one. And then the JSON, yeah, the JSON has it up. Okay. So if my JavaScript is showing, is it log.fatal? Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. JSON, Marshall indent. Oh, right, because we already know the bytes. That's not right. It's right file. All right, let's try it again. Weird. Okay, why did that not work the way that I wanted it to work? Why did it not print out the full struct? Oh, %pound_v. Not, there we go. Is there anything else that I could use for an ID here? Abolish.vim should solve your match case replace. I get the sense that's probably a joke. Well, it's Tim Pope, so probably not. Oh, right. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll give it a star. I will have to check this out. So what I want to do, though, I haven't learned how to do this, is I would just want this to be %s capital. I could do that, right? I could do capital S. But what I don't want to do is have to type out a full word every time I need to do something. And I don't know how you do that. That's probably an nmap thing. But I don't know how you do it. Or redeclaring the function with a shorter name. If you could tell me how to do that, that would be great. How do I make it so that instead of having to type iabrev, I don't know. I don't want to have to type out the whole word. I just want it to be, this one in particular is what I want. I want %S. Okay. So let me go back here. International airport. Does this have an airport code? I don't think that's in the same place. I don't know what this means. Okay, but here's what we'll do. We won't panic on it. We'll write an errors.txt. We'll do an append. Okay. Okay, let's try this. Oops. Oops. All right. Here's another thing I want to know. Do I have the length of the records? Yes, I do. Okay. So what I did there was I'm opening up an error log, and then I'm appending to the error log for every error that's encountered. Which it seems like there's hundreds. Wow, that's a lot. So XSV could also potentially help us here. I'm going to go to that real quick. Let me go to the latest version. Okay, what are we doing? Let me see. Let me go look up XSV. I actually asked GPT. Well, first let me just let's see. Let me go look it up. All right. Nice to see you, Ryorun. Yeah, what's up? Which resource should I refer to know why Vim is preferred over code editors like VS Code? Because it makes you 420 times cooler, but I got to work 420 times as well, so it cancels out, I think. No, it's really, it's one of those things where take 30 minutes to learn it, and you're saving yourself time for the rest of your life. So Vim is just, it's faster and it's easier to use. It's like this. It's like the command line in general, right? If you don't know what you're doing and you're only going to do it once or twice, GUIs are great because you can visually explore the tree hierarchy of the things that you can do with the menus or with the things that are presented to you. But if you're going to do something regularly, then GUIs are terrible because you're wasting all this time having to search through things rather than just do what you want to do immediately. Okay, so there are the airports, or not the airports. There are the things in there, and then I want to select I want to search. No. Bother. Okay. So I want to select 1, 2, 5, 6. And I want to select that where let's see. Let me try what GPT said. I don't know if it's true. Okay, let's do the index on this. Okay, that doesn't seem to make sense. Let's try it like this. Oh, duh. Because I didn't give it the file name. Let me go look at the documentation page. Okay. Frequency. There we go. There's really no where. Okay, let me see what search shows us. Okay, let me go look this up real quick. Okay, so let's do XSV search help. Okay, select. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. That's what I wanted. Hold on. What's it called? ID airport name IATA. Not dash I. There we go. Okay. So let me go back to this. Missing ICAO. And actually, it's probably better to do it this way. Let me try it this way and see how that works out. That should give me the same result. Oh, whoops. Yep, okay, that gives me the same result, but it should narrow it down quicker, I guess. Actually, I don't know that it really does any better at that. Let me just do it the way that I was doing it. Okay. Okay. There we go. Let's not have airports. Okay, let me check comments again. Fine, but sad things happens and I have to deal with it. I am sorry to hear that. I'd like to learn Rust, but I do not know. What do you think about Rust? I think if Rust is for you, it's for you, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. So if you don't want to learn Rust, learn Zig. If you want to learn Rust, learn Rust. If you want to learn Zig, learn Zig. The important thing is that you stay away from C and C++ because you're not a monster and you don't hate other people and you don't want to hurt someone. But unless you have a good reason for doing Rust, probably Go. Or Zig. I think Go is valid. I mean, I think Rust is valid and important. But I don't really see it as a general programming language. Okay, what was I doing? You know, I'm going to do one other thing here. Is there not, do we not have a, we don't have a, see. Oh. Okay. Sorry, I got a message that distracted me for a second. Okay. So what am I doing here? I opened the file. I wrote everything out. We created all of this stuff. Right. We got this. Woo. Let me get rid of that actually. So I'm going to run this again. Oh, wait. No. I was going to put in, yeah, CSV row. For this thing. All right, let's try that. So we're gonna make a PR and we're gonna commit these files, and then we're gonna see if we can go over. All right. Let's see. So the next question is, can we script the S3 commands to update all of these things to be redirects? I'm gonna ask GPT this too. Uh-oh. Hmm. Redirect all requests. Is that true? All right, let me pull this up over here. I really wish they would allow you to get business accounts for GPT. I really want to get a business account. I'm not going to pay for it on my personal account. Just out of spite, really. that they won't allow me to get a business account. That's a really bad sign. It's a really bad sign when a company won't let you get a business account and pay with a business card using a business phone number and a business email. That's a really bad sign. That is a sign that their goals are not altruistic and not profitable. Created some scripts in Go and I like it. Good. Okay, so I think GPT actually gave me the right answer. All right, profile. There we go. So this is not quite going to work. Let's see if this got a URL prefix. So we need routing rules. Does anybody else know how to do this off the top? Okay. Let's see about this. All right. I think what we've got here is ICO, International Code Airport, something, right? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Dang it. Okay, good. So I'm guessing it's something like this. Prefix equals prefix equals nothing. That actually should, yeah, I guess that is right. Let me see if I can just do a little blah.txt, and then we'll do replace the beginning of the line with 3. Call that good. Yep, okay. All right. Okay, so where is the documentation for this stuff? Okay. Host name, protocol. Okay. So we should probably put that in here as well. All right, so we got that. Okay. So Oh, wait. Nope, 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 nope. Do not do that. Do not do that. What was the other one I wanted to do that with? I guess it's fine. Okay. All right. Have a good meeting. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so we're going to read CSV file. Oh, that's weird. Oh. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, so there's a couple more things I need to do. Okay. Okay, what was going on there with this readme? That's got tab width 4. Gonna do 4. Was he an evil person back in the day? Did he use 3 spaces? He used 3 spaces, didn't he? What's up, Burns Media? I almost remember you. You evil, evil person. He used 3 spaces for his JSON. He used 3 spaces. 3 spaces. I say to him, you use 3 spaces as the indentation for your readme.md in that project 7 years ago. You may have been joking, but it's not a joke and not forgivable. I'm defriending you on OnlyFans for this. Wow. 3 spaces. That must have been a joke. As long as you still watch my OnlyPans, my cooking channel. That's his response. Oh. Actually, cattle. People suck at formatting JSON. Well, it was probably a joke. I'm hoping it was a joke because we've been friends for a long time and we've joked about that. We've joked about using 3 spaces of indentation. So it may have just been a little funny. Or it may have been the way that it copied from something else. You know, maybe it was copied from. Say it was copied from Vim. Could have had an extra space in it because of the gutter. Prettier didn't exist 7 years ago, did it? What? Will this work? Well, let's see if this will work. Airports to CSV JSON. Right. There we go. Cool. All right, so, oops. Okay, sorry. Just lunch. My consulting company, Microsoft, is next. What's this project? This is static API. Yeah, I'm just over engineering, converting a CSV file to a bunch of JSON files to be to replace an S3 API that's costing a friend of mine money. Just a little fun project. All right. Right. Can it do it? That CSV file must be bigger than I imagined. It must be bigger than I had imagined. That's taking a really long time just to index a few thousand files, you know? Oh, that's taking a really long time. Wow, a lot of them start with K. A lot of them. A lot of them start with L. A lot of them start with M. Whoops. We're almost through the alphabet now. It seems like it's taking much less time to do it this way than it was taking to do it all of them, because I let it sit there for a good 30 seconds, right? Yeah. It's not even API as much as static files. Eight hundred and 30 kilobytes. .8 megabytes. That got big fast. So bucket name. Okay. Alex underscore, huh? Oh, really? Might make a quick update to this Go program then. Oh, my JavaScript's showing again. Keep on letting my JavaScript hang out. And it's offensive. Okay, so all right, so oh, you know what? We probably have to do it this way. Ugh. Yeah, we gotta do it that way. That's okay. Let me make sure. Oh yeah, this is the one with the redirect information. Key prefix. Yep. Okay, looks good. Oh, yep, nope, that's good. Alrighty. Well, there we go. Well, 1,300 of them, huh? That's a lot. That's close to 10%. They don't have a designation. Now we sit and wait for this to happen. Could take a long time. It's a lot of compressing it's got to try to do. And then I'll see how much power I have here. If I can't access settings. Oh, you know what? Hold on, let's not do this. You know why? Because I'm going to put this go right here. Just like that. Take a long time. A long time. So he says, 7 years ago. Just need a daylight time thing. Oh. Oh, interesting. So there's an airport code CSV. Okay. Infinity. Oh, that's hilarious. Dang it. Okay, git switch master, git remote add upstream. All right, so let's go ahead and rebase. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to rebase. And then we'll push that up there, and then we'll push upstream master dash u, because we actually want to push that from. All right. And then are you sure you want to change base? Yes, I'm sure I want to change base. I'm going to change it back to master. Doing that on the other screen just because the window opened on the other screen. I bring it back over here. Okay, so one commit, infinity files changed. I don't know why it's got to be like that. I mean, you could say 10,000, 100,000. You could say whatever thousand it is. All right. Okay, well, I think that's it then. I'm going to double check with them and make sure that's all right. I'm actually going to split this out into 2 commits because I think that the non-data files and then this would be source is again, I don't know why this is showing up over here, but it is. I'll bring it back over here. And yeah, we're gonna rebase real quick. So switch feet. We're gonna rebase. Woo! That's a lot of files. It's gonna take twice as long to do this again, but it's okay. That's crazy because it's only 2.8 megabytes, or I guess 5 megabytes. But look how long it's taking. And this one's, you know, really simple and easy to understand. Can I get files only? Get diff, but show only file names. Name only? Okay. I don't want a pager. Yeah. Okay. So here we are. Let's run sort on this, actually. Okay, cool. I feel confident in that. So we'll go ahead and push that up. And then... I'm just going to call this one something like data. Oh, am I going to have to redo that because I changed the name? You know what? Hold on. Get rebase dash I master. We're going to drop this commit. Add static files. Okay, there we go. We're gonna let that process, and we're gonna push that one up. We're gonna accept it, and then we're gonna do the next one that has the URL updates. And then I'm done with this. I turned a 15-minute project into a 2-hour project. Look at that. They thought it couldn't be done, but they were wrong. Okay, I'm gonna make a phone call in regards to this. Okay, so didn't have that call after all. But we're gonna go ahead and pull this Mojanker in as soon as we can. You know, I don't understand why that rebase should take long. That one should take like no time because oh, it has to check. Ah, yeah, because that commit was already there, and it's not just going to move it. It actually has to do the check. Okay. All right. Well. I'm actually kind of confused that it's doing that. Why would it be doing that? Hold on. Okay, updating a bunch of files. Because it should just be able to relink the reference, you know? Right? Because the file's done been pushed. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, everything's up to date. Oh, because I'm doing it to a different origin. That's why. Yes. Okay. Got it. All right. All right, we'll let it compress the objects and push them up. I'm thinking about upgrading my internet speed. It's not that big of a deal. It hardly ever bothers me, but it's just one of those things. It's just, you know, if it only took 10 seconds rather than a minute to do this. I don't know, probably not worth it. I have so little need for faster internet. Very little need. Okay. So that got done. This is not really migrate. This is see. GitHub pages, URLs. Let's see, do I have the ability to set... Nope, I don't have any... I only have read-write privileges. I have no repo privileges. All right, I'm going to do one more thing. Let's see, what else we got here? Then, lib. Alrighty. And this should be... You know what I'm going to do here, though? I'm going to drop that. Don't need it no more. All right, that's it. That's it. All right, 15-minute project successfully turned into a 2.5-hour project. But now it's done. So there's going to be a little bit left to do with running the AWS CLI to get these redirects in place and whatnot. But that's it. And then this will be accessible at the GitHub Pages URL once I get in touch with Ryan and we get that uploaded. So anyway, this has been sitting on my to-do list as a low priority item for a month now. There was one day when I wanted to do it. I had time. I was burnt out from working what I was working on. And I wanted to do it, and I said, hey, give me access, or not, hey, give me access. I said, hey, I want to do this. You want to just let me do it? And then he got around like 2 weeks later and said, yes. Well, I wasn't free anymore. I was busy with other stuff. So now, I finally decided to take a little time and just do it. So it's done. So hopefully you learned some things about XSV and Webby and Go and... abolish.vim. Yes. Oh, okay, so it is capital S. Does work. Great, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put webinstall.dev, request installer, let's see, $%s. Okay. All right, that's it. That's done. Project complete. This is AJ O'Neill signing off. I probably will be back on another channel, on the Dash Incubator channel shortly. But it's been months since I've been on my own channel. So I just want to do a small, stupid project. I hope you learned something. Thumbs up, sub, follow if you want to. Let the one who guide you. Let's play a little fanfare for a job well done. And with that, adios.